Megan Millward and her husband Lie Zhang are at the Wuhan International Airport. They're waiting to board that flight. They've got two young kids, I believe they're 6 and 2. And they spoke with us just a short while ago from the airport, talked about the mood there as they wait.
Everybody seems pretty relaxed, relieved probably. They're already lining up to head to the gate. We're thrilled that we're both here together, and the kids are really excited because they're moving walkways and vending machines and things to keep them busy. So everybody's in a pretty good mood.
And the kids, they're how old, and how are you feeling about getting them back to Canadian soil?
One is newly turned 2, and the other one is 6. And we are very relieved that we're going to be able to get back to Canada, where, should anything happen, there's ample medical care.
Yeah. So it's very happy, very relaxed, very grateful for coming back to Canadian soil.
Lee, I understand there was a question mark about your return to Canada. You are a permanent resident. We know there was a lot of talk about whether permanent residents will be allowed to board. How did that come about for you, that you are at the airport and ready to get on that plane?
I'm very happy right now, and again, very, very grateful. And in the beginning, no, and then we just, I decided anyway, I have to drive my wife and 2 kids to the airport. Why I just wait here, and maybe there is a chance. So then I waited. We were the last 4 to register on the plane, and we told them that, our situation, and the kids are too young, and we really hope we can stay together. And then they called the
Global Affairs, and also to talk to the Beijing embassy as well. So we just waited for another hour, and they finally confirmed, yes, you're ready to go. So that was great news. Yeah.
What was your heart doing while you were waiting to get the answer to the question of whether your husband could join you, Megan?
Well, I was very stressed out, very nervous. We didn't really think anything was going to happen because it was, I don't know, it was maybe 5 or 6 p.m. So. I don't think they would have even expected him to be inside the airport. If apparently, because we came in the wrong door of the airport, if we had come in the proper departure level door, they would have barred him entry because his name was not on the list at that point. But we parked the car in another parking lot and came in on the wrong floor, and so it was just like
the
a
employee
fluke.
pick us here.
Yeah. They said, "Oh, you're in the wrong place, but we'll get you to the right place." So he probably wouldn't have been able to board the flight, even if they had called me to say, "Okay, he can go," because he wouldn't have been in the airport. It was just pure luck that we got in by the wrong door.
It's amazing how getting in the wrong door can change your day incredibly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Now, for the kids, they don't really, I guess your 2-year-old has no clue, your 6-year-old, what are you saying to your 6-year-old?
Don't touch that. Get off the floor. Don't eat that, is what we're saying to her, because they're overexcited. There are a lot of people here. They love airports anyway, so we're basically just trying to keep them as safe and healthy as possible, but we didn't really want to put a lot of the other stress on them of whether their dad would be coming with them or not.
There might be other families there, other young kids. Are you sharing stories with them? Are you forming those bonds of, we all want to get out of here and get to Canada?
Well, we didn't meet any other. There are many families with young kids. We didn't meet any other families with young kids who are in the same situation. There may have been, but we didn't encounter them. But because we were waiting, once everyone went into customs and there was just a group of people left, we figured those people were also waiting to hear about their status. So there's one Canadian citizen who somehow he was registered and he was receiving all the emails, but his name was not on the manifest, so he was waiting to have that fixed. And there were a couple other people who were also just in similar situations. So those people we've chatted with. And they all made it through.
If you were the last 4 to be admitted into that waiting area, were there others who were not allowed, who were at the airport wanting to get on that flight?
We didn't see.
Not that we're aware of. There were, because there's the American flight as well. There were some people who sort of came up to the barrier and asked some questions and then went away again. So hopefully they were just asking where's the U.S. flight and left because it was somewhere else, rather than asking, can I board, and then being told no. Yeah.
How easy
there's a lot going on.
How easy is it to keep the mask on the kids, Megan?
This one is okay. This one down here is he's not having it. So yeah, fingers crossed. We just try to pick him up off the floor as quickly as we can when he gets down there.
And can you show me the scene around you as well? I'm just wondering how people are, digesting this information that very soon they'll be able to get on that plane and go home.
They're most of them have lined up already. They're very eager to get through the gate, and like I said, everyone seems to be in a pretty good mood. People are eating and snacking, and a lot of people are on the phone, so they're probably talking with loved ones, saying that they're about to leave.
Before you got to the airport, what was life like for you and Lee and the two kids as you tried to deal with being in the epicenter?
Well, it was stressful. It was a lot of interviews trying to get the word out and put a bit of pressure on to have our situation changed. So there was not a lot of full nights of sleep, and sort of a constant worry that because where we were in the countryside, there wasn't really running water. We were worried that if any of us got sick with anything, even just a cold or whatever, if we needed medical care, there wouldn't be any available. First of all, because the countryside doesn't have as much as the city does, but second, because everywhere is
overloaded.
Overloaded.
And I did speak with people who said the streets were pretty bare, the markets were bare. It was very hard to even just get food for the day.
That may have been true in the city. In the countryside where we were, like with the in-laws of my sister-in-law, the fields are right outside, so we went out and picked our own veggies for lunch.
No, I think in the city it's not that bad as well, because we just met a person from the central of the Wuhan, and he told me, there's a sufficient food on the veggies.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he said he went to Walmart and places like that to stock up.
Yeah, and also it's just closed a little bit earlier, closed at 5 p.m. Normally it's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.
That's Megan Millward and her husband, Lie Zhang, speaking with us earlier from Wuhan.